Hi everyone, Salesforce Admin Training Day 21. Let's see what are we going to learn today. Today our focus is on the quick overview of previous session, master detail relationship, and we'll understand what is the master detail relationship, and we'll review the observation, what are the different observations we have, and then we will see the differences between the lookup and master detail relationship. Then if I wanted to convert the lookup relationship to the master detail relationship, how can we convert it? Similarly, vice versa, if I wanted to convert a master detail to the lookup, how can we convert it? These are the topic which we are going to see today. If time permits, then we will talk about many-to-many relationship, hierarchical relationship. Now, quickly, what did we discuss in the last session? What did we discuss in the last session? Lookup relationship, observation, master detail relationship, lookup dialog, lookup filter, configuration, yes. Reparenting relationship, yes. Right, so these all things we have seen, right? So now, similar to the lookup relationship, we have a something called self relationship. We have a something called self relationship. So self relationship is nothing but I have a, let's assume that student is joined course, right? When they join the course, there is a student record is created. Student record is created in student object, right? So this is the record is created on the student object. Now, this person, student one person, referred another person. So student one informed to another person who is looking for a course, Salesforce course, he referred another person, which is a student two. So he came to the course and he investigated and he has understood that, okay, as he said, it is working, it's a course is good. That means when receptionist ask about the student two, so receptionist will ask what is the details, how is the details, like how did you hear from this course, from where did you hear, all the details they will ask. So this person will say that I came to know from the student one. I came to know from the student one. So in that case, when the student two record is created within the system, when the student two record is created within the system, so what they will do is this is a referral from the student one. Referral from the student one. That means while creating the student two record, there will be a relationship, self relationship, which is talking about referral student. So that means self relationship is nothing but it is the same record, same object. Basically, it's a same object. It is a same object within the same object. Now here I have a object. Now within the same object, this is the student object. If within the same object, there is a one record which is already exist, which is a already exist one record. One record is already exist, which is a student one. Student one is already exist. I'm creating another record in the same object. I'm creating another record within the same object. When I create another record, now I can link this student 2 to student 1. I can link student 2 to student 1 because they are interlinked each other. Possible that student 2 might be a friend of student one or a relative of student one. So the both are came together. They both came together. So that's the reason it is a self relationship, not even student. Now in the companies, for example, I'm working in a Wipro company, right? So I'm working in a Wipro company. When I'm working in a Wipro company, my record is already there in the Wipro company. My record is already there in the Wipro company, XYZ person, right? XYZ person is already working in the Wipro. Now Wipro has opened a position. Wipro has opened the position. The position is Salesforce developer. The position is Salesforce developer. So when they open the position, so everybody, like, they have released it to the Naukri.com, and they have announced everybody internally also, they have announced within the company also, they have announced it, saying that we have a opening for the Salesforce developer. So when they open the Salesforce developer position, internally team will be knowing that there is an open position in the company. So what this XYZ person does is, XYZ person will inform to the other person, whoever is the friend of XYZ. Let's take it as a person. A is a friend of XYZ. So this person he is going to update this person, saying that in our company, Salesforce developer position is open. Salesforce developer position is open. So in that case, what we will do is in that case, what we are going to do is this person is going to send a resume for this position. Now, when the Wipro company HR whenever the HR asks more details to this person, whenever HR asks more details to this person, now that person will say that I am a referral of XYZ. I'm a referral of XYZ, right? So let's take a real-time scenario. Let's say that we have a Ankita. Okay. So Ankita is working in Wipro company. Ankita is working in Wipro company. So when Ankita is working in Wipro company, while she is working here, Wipro says that we have opened a new position, Salesforce developer. Salesforce developer. Now, when the Salesforce developer position is open, Ankita she is working in the Wipro company, so she knows that what are the positions are open. When she know that it is already open position is there, so what she does is she will inform Charan. So she will inform Charan, saying that in our company we have an open position. Now this Charan is going to send a profile or a resume to the Wipro. And HR is going to call Charan and ask that how did you hear this position? He will say that I'm referral of the Ankita. So what she does is, while she creates a record within the system, while she is creating the record of Charan within the system, what she will do is she will link Charan to the Ankita, which is a self relationship. Both are in the same object. Ankita and Charan both are a contact. Both are contact. But Charan is a referral of Ankita. So that's the reason we are interlinking. That means both are interlinking to that. So you can see that we have a existing object. We have a existing standard object, right? In the existing standard object also, you can see there is a self relationship which is available. If you go to the account, while creating the account or while editing the existing account, you will see there is a one field which is called as a parent account. You will see one field which is called as a parent account. This parent account is actually looking for, this is lookup field, but it is a self lookup. It is a self lookup. So this NYC company, let's assume that let's go to the another account. So let's say I have here, I have a one more. Let's create another account. So I'll create another account. So for this account is, let me create it as a different person details. So let's take this account. So Jagadish. So Jagadish is the account which I'm creating it. Rating is a warm and some phone number. I'm specifying the phone number and ownership, let's say public, and type is a technology partner. Industry is, let's take it as a technology. These are the details I'm filling it. And then Jagadish is part of a Dell company. Jagadish is part of a Dell company. So when I'm creating the account, so Jagadish came to buy certain product. When he came to buy a laptop, now they are going to ask you that, are you are from Dell company or a Infosys company, which company? If they say that, if Jagat says that I'm from Dell company, so Dell company has sent me to buy a laptop from your company. So what they will do is they will create a Jagadish account and they will link to the Dell account, which is a parent account. Dell account, which is a parent account. Now click on your save. Now Jagadish account is created. Jagadish account is created and it is interlinked with parent account, which is called as a Dell. Interlinked with parent account, which is Dell. Now I'll create another record. Let's take another record. Click on a new record. Now this time I'm going to create a different person here. Let's say here Manpreet. Manpreet also says that I am also from the Dell company. So here is the Dell company, right? So here I'll be creating the prospect and this is the warm and the industry. Let's take it as a technology. Click on it, save. Click on save. Right, so here, so what is happening here? So basically, this is also connected to the Dell. This is also connected to the Dell. Now here, if you click on this hierarchical, we have something called hierarchical. Just click on this hierarchical. So what is happening? Dell is the parent company. Dell is the parent company. Jagadish and Manpreet is connected to the each other. Jagadish is connected to the Dell and Manpreet is connected to the Dell. Both are connected to the Dell. Both are connected to the Dell company. So Jagadish is also connected and Manpreet is also connected. Both are connected to the Dell company. So this is called as a self relationship. This is called as a self relationship. So self relationship is nothing but within the object, within the same object, you are linking the child record to the parent record. You are linking the child record to the parent record. You are linking the child record to the parent record. Right? So self relationship is only applicable within the same object. Within the same object, self relationship is applicable. Now let's move on. Any questions before I move on? Any questions before I move on? Use is if you wanted to know from single company, from the single business, how many members are coming, right? Like from the single student, how many referrals are came? From single employee, how many referrals are came within the company? Because the person will get a bonus. The person will get a bonus. So if you wanted to know at the end of the quarter, who is the person actually referred and how many members he referred? How many members he referred? So what is the bonus that should goes to that person? If you wanted to know, how you will know that? So only the thing is that you will know that if you link while creating the record, while creating the candidate record, if you link the existing employee details, so you will know that these are the two people which are came from referral of this person. Okay. What is the question, Rohit? So you are saying that when lookup field is created between the two objects, can we change the standard field object name with another field? So you are saying that between the two objects, these two objects are custom objects or a child object and custom object. When creating the position record in lookup field, I am able to see the parent record, hiring manager name. Can we change the field of parent object with the designation or any other field? So basically, instead of hiring manager name, you wanted to change the different person name, right? So instead of a hiring manager, you wanted to see the different person name. Hold on for that question. Let's understand the details of this lookup relationship and master detail relationship. Then I'll come to the can I see or not. So you have for now, I'll just give you the information. There is something called as a search layout. See in the classic so that you will understand the search layout. When you go for a search layout, there you can give the options. But by default, it is gave. Yesterday, we have seen that whenever we are trying to change the hiring manager name, it was not allowing us. It was saying that you cannot move the hiring manager name. Yes. So yesterday we have seen that it is not moved. So yesterday we covered, right? So yesterday we said that when I was moving the hiring manager name, it was saying that you cannot move the hiring manager name or you cannot take any other name. Okay. So let's move on. Next one is a master detail relationship. Master detail relationship. The word it says master detail relationship. That means master detail relationships are always tightly bound relationship. That means once you implement a master detail relationship between the objects, if you implement master detail relationship, what will happen? Those two objects are tightly bound. That means whatever you are deleting or removing, whatever you are doing on that particular record, ultimately it will impact on the child record. So master detail relationship is nothing but tightly bond between the two objects. Now let's see the use case. Use case is configure the master detail relationship between the position and candidate object. Now position object we have. Do I have a candidate object? Let's go ahead and see. Click on a setup. Now click on here setup. Now in this setup, let's go for a object manager. Now we have a position record. Do I have a candidate object? Candidate object also we have created it. So which is it? So we do not have any fields. We just created the object. Now use case is configure the master detail relationship between the position and candidate object and list out all the observation. Now, for one position, multiple candidates can apply job for one position. It is possible that I have a Salesforce developer position open in the company. For that Salesforce developer position, multiple candidates can apply, can send a resume for that position. That means in this case, whenever we wanted to implement a relationship, what are the two steps that should we follow?
Identifying parent and child object.
Right. Identifying the parent and child object. Now, in this case, which one is a parent, which one is a child?
Candidate will be parent. Position will be child.
Offline.
Position is the parent, candidate is the child.
Yeah, position is the parent and candidate is the child.
So here, the first step is identifying the parent object and the child object. Position object is a parent object, child object is a candidate object, right? So this is the first step. What is the second step?
We should create the relationship in the child object.
Whenever we wanted to implement a relationship, or then whenever we wanted to implement a relationship, or I wanted to create a relationship field within the object, we should always go to the child object and create a lookup or a master detail relationship. So second step is map the association between the object. How we are going to map it, creating the master detail relationship. Data type field inside the candidate object, because candidate is a child object, right? That will reference the position object. Now let's go ahead and create it. Now, in order to create this, let me create a few more fields in the candidate object. So candidate name is a text, right? Then I need to have a auto number. I need to have a auto number. So let's go ahead and create this. Now candidate object, in the candidate object, what are the fields that I needed? In the candidate object, I need candidate name, reference ID, location, qualification, previous years of experience, current CTC, expected CTC, notice period, contact number, email address. These are the fields I need to create it. So first of all, let's go to the object. Click on the object. Now, instead of it, here name, what I'll do is I'll take the auto number. So candidate number. Now here I'll take the auto number. Auto number is starts with CN hyphen, let's say here 00. And the starting number is 1. Allow reports, allow activity, track history, allow charter group. Click on the save button. If I go to the fields and relationship, I have a candidate number, which is a auto number. Now click on a new. Let me create a few more fields here. Let me create a candidate name. Click on next. Now this is a candidate name. Here length is 15. I'll not make it as a required. Click on is next. As usual, click on a next and save and new. And the next one, next field which I'll create it is location. So location is a pick list. Click on a next. So candidate is from, whether he is from Hyderabad or a Bangalore or Chennai, Pune, Mumbai. Click on next. Click on next, save and new. And then I'll create another pick list for the qualification. Click on a next. So this is a qualification. What is the candidate qualification? Pick list field. Let's say that the person is either BSc, BA, or BCA, BTech, or MTech, or MCA. These are the different options I'm giving here, and click on it. Next. The person qualification. This is the person qualification, candidate qualification. Create a new. I'll create another pick list. This one is what is the previous experience? What is the candidate previous experience? So previous experience. Now let's add the values here. The person is might be. Let's add it 0 to 20. Right. So click on in next. Click on next. And next field is what is the current CTC? What is the current CTC? Which is a currency. Click on a next. So this is the current CTC. Now length is, let's give it as a 16, and then decimal points is 2 digits. Now click on a next button. And they are going to ask you the what is the expected CTC, candidate expected CTC. So that is also currency. So click on a next. What is the candidate expected CTC? Let's give the length 16 and then decimal is 2. Click on it, next button. And next details the HR is going to ask is notice period. In your previous company, how long you are what is the notice period? Right, so notice period, I'll take it as a pick list field. Here, let's take it as a 1 month, 1 week, or 15 days. I left with the 15 days, or a 2 months notice period, or a 3 months. Click on next. And after that, they will ask about the contact number, which is the phone number. So data type is a phone. Now click on a next button. Now here it's a contact number. So contact number, click on a next button. I'm using the just phone, click on a next. And finally, we need a email address of the candidate. Email address of the candidate. So let's check the email data type. Now here field label is email address. Let's take it as an email. Click on next. And then click on the next. Save. We are done with creating all the fields. Now let's go to the page layout. In the page layout, let's click on here candidate layout. Now in the candidate layout, I know that the fields are everything is displayed in one column. Though it is having a 2 column, it is displaying in 1 column, which is not right. So what I'll do is I'll create a separate section here, which is a CTC details. CTC details to column. Now current CTC, I'll place it here. Expected CTC, I'll place it here. Then we are going to add few more. Let's say that contact details or notice period, I'll create another section. Let's say previous company. Click on OK. Now here, previous experience, notice period. Right, so those are the details, I'll place it there. So this is the previous company details. Click on OK, and the first one is a candidate information. This is the contact number, email, location. Click on a save button. Now let's go back to the UI. Now here do I have a candidate? Can I search the candidate? Candidates. So click on the candidates. Now here, this is the candidate which is available right now. That's okay. So let's create another candidate here. Click on a new button. Now candidate name. Candidate name is, let's say here, Naveen. Location, Hyderabad. Qualification, let's say BTech. Contact number is some number here. And the email address, let's keep it as a samskarit @gmail.com. And then current CTC is somewhere 20 lakhs. And expected is 25. Previous experience, let's say previous experience is 3 years. Notice period is 2 months. So click on it, save. So this is how candidate records are created. So this is the first record which is created. So that's the reason it is taken as a 001. You might ask me that in the candidate, we have 2 records are there. But this record, which is already created, and it does not have a number because I created the record first, then I changed from the name to number. From the contact candidate text to the auto number, I changed it later. So first I created the record, then later I changed the text to the auto number. So when you do that, it will not consider this. So the existing record, it does not consider. Whatever the new records are there, from there only it is going to consider that. So just careful whenever you are changing the data type at the object level from text to auto number. Whenever you are changing the text to auto number, the existing record values does not change. So if you click on here, it says that candidate number is Abhijit. It was actually the candidate name, right? So candidate name to be changed to the candidate number, auto number, but it will not consider this as a first record. The first record which is considered whenever you create after changing it, if you create any record, that is considered as a first record. That is considered as a first record. Now, our scenario is we have to create a master detail relationship. Now we have a candidate object, position object is there. Now in the candidate object, I need to create a master detail relationship. Now let's go ahead and implement the master detail relationship. Click on a fields and relationship, click on a new button. Now here we have a master detail relationship. Click on the master detail relationship. Now here we are planning to do the master detail relationship with the position object. Click on a next button. Now this is the position, and as it is, I'm keeping here. Just observe this part. Now, sharing setting, and then allow reparenting. Now, the first one is a sharing setting. So what it is saying here, so basically it is saying that select the minimum access level required on the master record to create, edit, delete related detail records. So you can choose a read only or a read write. If it is a read only, then allow user with at least read the access to the master detail to create, edit or delete the related detail records. Read write is that you have a complete access. Now that means in the sharing setting, if you have the object level, if it is a public read write, and if you want to restrict the here read only or a read write, you can do that. But if you have a private access in the sharing settings, you cannot give the read write, which does not work. Only you have to give the read only. That means whoever is created the record, only that person, owner, will be able to edit the record or read the record, read and edit the record. So that time it will have only the person who has created, only that person will have the information. Now let me show you that. Now we'll see those options. Now these are the options. And the next one is allow reparenting. If you remember in the lookup relationship, we were not having this option. We were not having allow reparenting option was not there. In the lookup field, in the lookup relationship, it was automatically done. That means default option is available. Default, you can do the reparenting. There is nothing called as a checkbox whether should I need to allow or not, which was not there. But in the master detail relationship, it is a restricted. Reparenting is a restricted in the master detail relationship. So you cannot simply do the reparenting it in master detail relationship. You cannot do the simply reparenting similar to the lookup relationship. It is restricted in the master detail relationship. We'll see that option. Now let's go ahead. Now let's click on the next button. Now as it is, I'm keeping it. I'm not changing anything here. Now click on a next and save. What it is saying that it is giving me the error. It is giving me the error. That means if you have a already record is exist in your system, if you have a already a record is exist in the system, you cannot create a master detail relationship for that object. You cannot create a master detail relationship that object. So first observation is whenever you are creating the master detail relationship in the child object, if you have a records in the child object, I have a two records in the child object. If there is a already records or exist in the child object, and if you are trying to create a master detail relationship on that object, it will not be created. It will not be created. So that is the first observation. So master detail association cannot be created. Now, what is the solution for this? Now, I wanted to create a master detail relationship on that object. On that object, I wanted to create a master detail relationship, but it is not allowing me to create. There are two solutions which are available. Solution one is remove all the child records from the child object permanently and then map the master detail relationship. Solution one is remove all the child records from the child object. Remove all the child records from the child object permanently and then create a master detail relationship. This is the first option. The second option is you have to create a lookup relationship in the child object. You need to create a lookup relationship. So first you need to create a lookup relationship, then update all the records with the value in the lookup relationship. Then you need to convert the lookup relationship to the master detail relationship. Two solutions are there. Simply either you can remove all the records from the child object, permanently delete that, and then create a master detail relationship. Or else what you can do is implement a lookup relationship in the child object, update each child record. Each child record should be associated with a lookup value. That means you need to update the lookup field for every record. For every record, you need to update the lookup field. Once it is updated, then what you can do is you can update the relationship from the lookup to the master detail relationship. From the lookup to the master detail relationship. So these are the two solutions which are available. Is everybody taking the notes of this? First observation. Is everybody taking the notes? Offline. Okay. So right now what I'll do is I will delete, I'll go for a solution one. I'll go for solution one. In the solution one, what I can do is I can delete the record. So what I'll do is I'll delete the records. I'll delete this record and I'll delete this record. No. Again, I'll create the field and relationship. Click on a new button. Now I'll create the master detail relationship. Click on a next button. The related object is position object. Let's use a position object. Click on a next. Now click on the next. As it is, I'm keeping it. Click on the next and then we'll save it. Now it is going to be successful. Now it is going to be successful. Now here I have a master detail relationship which is created and it is a indexed. It is a indexed. Now you can see here position object, master detail, position object on the candidate. Now let's go ahead and create a new candidate. Let's create a candidate here. Let's say candidate name is Neelima. And the location is Hyderabad and the qualification is BSc. Contact number is some contact number here. Email ID Samskar ID @gmail.com. No, I cannot see the master detail relationship here. Click on refresh, reload. Now I can see the position here. Now, so here candidate name is Neelima. And then number is some number here. Email ID, Samskar ID @gmail.com. And location is Hyderabad, qualification is BSc, and then position. Position, we have a two position, Salesforce fresher and Salesforce developer. Salesforce developer and the Salesforce position. Now I select the Salesforce developer. Now scroll down. Now I can see here CTC. Let's say that it is a 20 lakhs and then we are expecting the 25 lakhs. Now previous experience is 3 years, notice period is 15 days, click on a save. Now, if you observe, now here child contains only one record, one parent record. But when you go to the parent record, parent record can be associated with the multiple child records, You can see all the candidates list here. Now, right now you can see only one candidate because we have created only one candidate for this position. Now, if I create another candidate, let's say, let's clone this. Another candidate name is, let's say that another candidate name is Shadik. Shadik is from Hyderabad and qualification is BTech. Now let's click on save. Now, how many records are associated with the developer, Salesforce developer? There are two candidates who are applied for the position, Salesforce developer. Two candidates applied for the Salesforce developer position. Now I can see that there are two records are there. Now here in this one, I cannot see any other field. I wanted to see few more fields in this candidate. Only the candidate number it is coming. So in that case, what we can do is we can go to the position object. Go to the position object. Now in the position object, let's go to the page layout. The page layout which is assigned is custom position layout. Now in the custom position layout, we have to go to the related list. In the related list, you have a candidates related list. Now click on this related list. Now along with the candidate number, I wanted to see the candidate name and I wanted to see the current CTC. I wanted to see the expected CTC. Click on OK. Now let's save this and then refresh this page. Now go back to the related list. Now I can see multiple candidate details. These are the multiple candidate details. So the second observation is master detail association provides one-to-many association by default. That means a parent record can be associated to the one child record or many child record, more than one child record. Parent record can be associated to the either one record or more than one record. That is the second observation. Now, the third one is whenever you are creating the child record, you know that each child record should be associated to the parent record because it is a master detail relationship. In case if you do not assign the master detail relationship in the lookup field, what are the lookup field is there? So right now we have a lookup field here in the child object. This is the lookup field, right? Now while creating the new record, if I do not associate the parent record, in case if I do not want to associate the parent record, in that case, can I save it without associating the parent record? You cannot save it. Every child record has to be associated with the parent record. It has to be associated with parent record. Without linking the parent record, you cannot create a child record. Master detail relationship has to have a relation. Each child record should be having the master detailed parent record has to be associated with the child record. Without parent record, you cannot create the child record. That is a third observation of the master detail relationship. Third observation is every child record, the lookup field has to be associated with parent record. And then fourth observation. Now, if you observe here, let's cancel this. Now, as soon as the record is created, now every field has a edit option. inline edit option. This is called as a inline editing. Inline editing. This is called inline editing. Inline editing option. This icon is called as a inline edit. So this inline edit option is available for every field. But if you look at the position, if you look at the lookup field, this lookup field does not have a inline editing. Lookup field does not have a inline editing, right? So whenever you implement a data type master detail relationship, you will not see inline editing option does not have it. Inline editing option does not have it. Inline editing option does not have it. So if you go for a lookup relationship, you will be able to see inline editing. But master detail relationship does not have a inline editing option. Inline editing option does not have it. What is that means? Basically, it means you cannot do the reparenting. You cannot do the reparenting by default. Now, if you want to change this record, if you want to change the position record from the Salesforce developer to the, I wanted to assign it to the Salesforce fresher. Salesforce fresher. Now, if I wanted to change that, if I wanted to change that, can I do the reparenting? Reparenting by default, it is not available in the master detail relationship. In the master detail relationship, which is not available. So you cannot do the reparenting by default. So the fourth observation is reparenting option is not enabled by default. Fourth observation is reparenting option is not enabled by default. We have to enable this option manually by selecting the checkbox called allow reparenting, where you have to do this checkbox while creating the field or while editing the field. There is a one option which is there, allow reparenting. If you enable that, then only you can do the reparenting. This is the another observation. Now let's go to the candidate, object, fields and relationship. Click on the position, which is a master detail field, and click on this edit. Now here we have a one option which is enabled, which is called as a allow reparenting. If you check this allow reparenting, then only you can do the reparenting of the master detail record. Now let's go ahead and refresh. Now let's refresh this. Now, once you refresh, now you can see the inline editing option is available. Now you can change this Salesforce developer to the Salesforce freshers. You can put it. Click on a save button. Click on save button, which is available. Right? So this is what is. Now, if you wanted to do the reparenting, you need to enable that option in while creating the field or while updating the field. That is the another observation. And next observation is, now let's suppose, if you remember, whenever we were deleting, I'm talking about the lookup here. Now, lookup relationship. Whenever you are deleting the parent record, assume that field is not mandatory. Whenever you are deleting the parent record, what is happening on the child record?
Data will be deleted.
The value will be cleared. On the child record. But you can see that only it will clear the value, but you can still see that child record. Clear the value in lookup field. But child record still exists. You are deleting the parent record. When you delete the parent record, child record exists. It will not delete the child record, but only the thing what it does is it will just clear the field value in the lookup field. That means it will clear the lookup field value. Now, in the master detail relationship, master detail relationship, what will happen? Now, if it is in the master detail relationship, if I delete the parent record, I know that master detail relationship is nothing but a tightly bond. That means any action if I am doing on the parent record, it will reflect the child record. Now, what I'll do is I'll go to the Salesforce fresher. I'm going to the parent record here, Salesforce fresher. Now, when I click on this delete button, what will happen? I have a candidate. In the candidate, let's click on this all. In the candidate object, select field to display, candidate name, and then I want the position to be displayed, right? So position and current CTC, expected CTC. I'm updating the list view here. So let's update the list view. Now here I have two records. One record is associated with the Salesforce developer. One record is associated with the Salesforce fresher. Now I'm deleting the parent record, which is called as a fresher, right? So this is no more applicable. This position is no more available, right? All of a sudden they have canceled it. Now I'm deleting this Salesforce fresher. When I delete this Salesforce fresher, what will happen to the child record? Let's see that. Child records, I was having two records. Now I can see only one record is available. That means for the master detail relationship, if you delete the parent record, child record is also will be deleted. Delete the child record. If you delete the parent record, it will delete the child record as well. So both are tightly bound. If you delete any parent record, automatically you will see that child records are deleted. Now let's go back to the recycle bin and see. Now if you go to the recycle bin, in the recycle bin, will I be able to see the parent and child record or only the child record? I will be able to see only the child record. I will be seeing only the parent record. I will not be seeing the child record. I will see only the parent record. So here I can see Salesforce fresher, but I cannot see the candidate record here. It is only type is a position. I can see only the position record. I cannot see the candidate records. Even if you select a my recycle bin or org recycle bin, whatever it is there, you will see only the parent record. You will not see the child record. Now here, if I restore back, will I get a child record along with the parent record? Let's click on a restore. Now I have restored it. When I restored the position record, let's refresh the position object. Now in the position object, now here we have Salesforce fresher is available. Now it came back. Now I'm checking the candidate, the child object. Now child object record is also reverted the record. Only thing is that you cannot see in the recycle bin, but whenever you revert the changes, whenever you restore the actual record from the recycle bin, it will be restored. So that means while removing the parent record, all the related child records will get removed automatically by default. That is another observation. Whenever you remove the parent record, all the child records will be get removed automatically. Now everybody has taken the notes here. Okay. Now the next one is, let me show you this. Okay, so now we are going into the sharing setting. Now we are going into the sharing setting. Let's click on a setup. In the sharing setting, so let's go to the sharing setting. In the sharing settings, now let's look at the sharing option for the position and the candidate. So candidate is a child object. For the candidate, candidate is saying that controlled by parent. Candidate is saying controlled by parent. Whereas position is saying that public read write. So as soon as you implement a master detail relationship, as soon as you implement a master detail relationship, it will, whatever the child object is there, the child object sharing setting is automatically gets changed. Automatically changed. Now let me delete. Now what I'll do is I'll go to the candidate object. And whatever the master detail relationship is there. Now what I'll do, I'll delete it. I'll delete this record. Now I have already records which are available. I have a candidate records which are associated with the position. Now what I'm doing is I'm deleting the master detail relationship. I'm deleting the master detail relationship. Now whenever I delete a master detail relationship, what happened to my existing record? What happened to my existing record? I do not have any more master detail relationship. I do not have any more master detail relationship is not available. Now let's go ahead and refresh this all candidates. Now records are available, but what I can see here, I can see that that particular relationship field is gone. That particular relationship field is gone. Now let me refresh the sharing setting. Now in the sharing settings, let's go to the candidate. Now what is the candidate sharing setting says here? Public read write. Candidate sharing setting, it says public read write. Now as soon as I create a master detail relationship, immediately sharing setting is going to change from the public read write to the controlled by parent. Controlled by parent. Now candidate does not have any master detail relationship. So that's the reason it is saying in the sharing setting public read write. That means it has its own sharing setting. Candidate has its own sharing settings, right? And another observation is, look at this. You are able to see the owner field here. You are able to see the owner field. But as soon as you implement a master detail relationship within the child object, you will not see the owner. Whenever you see the owner field, that means it has its own sharing settings. Whenever you see on the record, whenever you see the owner field, that means it has its own sharing settings. It has its own sharing settings. If you do not see this owner field on the record, that means that particular object is controlled by another object. This is especially for the custom object. I'm not talking about the standard object. I'm not talking about the standard object here. I'm talking about the custom object. I'm talking about custom object. For the custom object, whenever you see that here owner field is not available, that means this is controlled by parent. This is controlled by parent. Now let me go ahead and create again the relationship. Click on a new button. Now I'll click on the master detail relationship, click on a next. Now go to the position. Now instead of doing that, let me go to the recycle bin. Let's refresh here. Can I see that deleted master detail record in the recycle bin? You cannot see in the recycle bin. You cannot see in the recycle bin. In the recycle bin, you will see only the records. You will not see the fields here. You will not see the fields. Now, even in the object level, you cannot see the fields that are deleted. You cannot see the fields that are deleted. Now I cannot see the field, but when you go to the classic, let's switch to the classic. Now, when you switch to the classic, let's go to the candidate object setup object. Click on the objects. Now here is the candidate object. In the candidate object, I have deleted the master detail relationship. Now, can I see that deleted field? Can I see that deleted field anywhere? Now here, custom fields and relationship, it says that deleted field is 1. Deleted field is 1. Now click on this deleted field. When you click on this deleted field, what it is saying that it is saying that position del underscore underscore c. Position underscore del underscore underscore c. That means this is a deleted record. Now this is deleted record. Now you have an option here undelete. You have an option here undelete. So when you click on a undelete, what will happen? Now undelete a custom field. You have successfully undeleted the custom field. Click on a OK. Now let's go back to the, now as soon as you undelete it, everything is get changed. Actually, whenever you create your record, whenever you create a field, it is says that underscore underscore c. It says underscore underscore c. But the one which is deleted field, if you undelete it, what is happened here? It is adding that underscore del underscore underscore c. That means this is not the right field. You deleted it and you did undelete it. That means some point of it, this particular field is deleted. Some point of it, this particular field is deleted and you did undelete. Right? That's the reason it came here del. This is not the right field. This is not the right field. And also it changed the field data type from the master detail to the lookup relationship. It changed the master detail to the lookup relationship. Why did it change the master detail to lookup relationship here? Because there is a record already exists in the candidate object. Master detail relationship does not work. So it is changed to the lookup. Now this is not the proper field. It says that here del. Del is nothing but deleted field. Now I do not want this field. I do not want this field. Click on a delete again. Yes, I wanted to delete this relationship. Click on it, delete. Now let's say here deleted field and let's say erase it. I wanted to completely erase this. Yes, I wanted to delete it permanently. I wanted to delete it permanently. Now that is how it happens in the real time. So be careful whenever you delete a record, and if you do undelete it, anybody can identify easily because the API name is gets changed. The API name is gets changed. Now in last 3 weeks back or 1 week back, somebody was raising the issue, or somebody was explaining that I have deleted it, but I could still see that field. Yes, it is a deleted. Whenever you click on a delete, the field, it gets deleted and there is a added here underscore del underscore underscore c. Once it is deleted, probably possible that you have deleted undelete. You have clicked on the undelete option. So it came back to the custom fields and relationship, which is not the right one, So we need to completely delete that field again. So when you click on again delete, what will happen? One more del gets added. One more del gets added. So that means if your field name is a position, if your field name is position underscore underscore c, if you delete first time, if you delete for the first time, what it does is it will add position and it will add after the position underscore del underscore underscore c. Now, if you undelete it also, after doing the undelete, you will see the same field name. You will see the same field name, which is not the right one, Somebody has deleted it and undeleted. Easily, anybody can identify in the production if somebody deleted, does the undelete. Based on this API name, they can easily catch that somebody has deleted this field. What is the purpose of deleting it? And again, if you try to delete it, Again, if you try to delete the same field, assume that you have undeleted this, you have undeleted. Now again, you try to delete this. So what will happen? Again, it will take the position DEL and it will add another DEL to this. It will add another DEL to this. That means position DEL underscore underscore C. So how many ever times you delete it, it will keep on adding this. So do not ever delete anything without any confirmation of the field. Right, so let's go ahead and create the field here. Let me switch to the Lightning. Now in the Lightning, let's go to the setup. Object manager. Let's search for a candidate. Now in the candidate, let's create the candidate. Now click on a fields and relationship. Now I'm going to create a new record. Now observe this, before it was having a owner. Before it was having a owner. Now I'm creating the master detail relationship. I will not be able to create a master detail relationship because there are records that are exist here. What I'll do is I'll delete all these records. Or else what I can do is, instead of creating the master detail relationship, I'll go with the second option, second solution. What is the second solution? Second solution is I can select the lookup relationship first, click on a next. The lookup relationship on the position object. Click on the next. As usual, I'll go on, click on the next. And click on the next button, click on save. Now let's refresh here. Now select fields to display. Now I'll choose here, which is called as a position. Click on the save button. Now none of them has a position. So first one, I'll keep it as a Salesforce developer. Second one, I'll keep it as a Salesforce fresher. Now I have updated the lookup field. Now what I can do is I can convert that lookup field, right? So I can convert this lookup field to the master detail relationship. Edit. Now I have a lookup field where the data is updated. Now I can update the change field type. So whenever I click on a change field type, it will show the data type, only two data types it will show. Whenever I'm converting the relationship from the lookup to the master or master to the lookup, only two data types I can see. Only two data types I can see. So now I'm converting the lookup to the master detail relationship. Now it became master detail relationship, perfectly fine. This is a solution 2. This is solution 2. Now another observation here is the sharing setting and security setting of the child record is purely dependent on the parent record. Now what happened? Now I have implemented the master detail relationship. Let's go back and check the sharing setting. Now here it was a candidate was a public read write. Now let me refresh. Now it will say that controlled by parent. Candidate object sharing setting is automatically updated, saying that controlled by parent. Controlled by parent. Now this parent is position object. Parent is position object. Now that's how the sharing setting gets updated. Now one more thing is that on the record, you will not see the owner record anywhere. On the candidate, on the child object, you will not see the owner record. You will not see the owner record. Now note down these observations. Let me know once you are done. right? So these are the few master detail relationship observation. Let's move on. There are few more observations, that is owner field, right? Owner field you cannot see on the child object. You cannot see on the child object. Right now we have seen that. So before implementing the master detail relationship, I could see that there is a owner field. After creating the master detail relationship, you cannot see the owner field on the child object because it is controlled by parent. Whatever the sharing settings are there, all the sharing settings are whoever is the owner for the parent, that's the same person will be available for child object, child records also. Now the next one is parent record owner will get the ownership of the child record, right? So that's what we have seen. Now, object can have a maximum 2 master detail relationship. How many you can create it? Maximum 2. Lookup relationship field, you can create it maximum 40. Lookup relationship fields, you can create a 40 fields, you can create it per object. Whereas master detail relationship is you can create only 2 fields per object. Only 2 fields per object. You can create only 2 fields. 2 master detail relationship fields you can create it per object. That's another observation. And then whenever we implement a master detail relationship, you can see that if you are going to create a roll-up summary field, the roll-up summary field is enabled. The roll-up summary field is enabled. Now you can create the roll-up summary field not on the child object. You have to create it on the parent object. You have to create it on the parent object, not on the child object. So we have to go to the parent object, click on edit object. In the parent object, you can create a must roll-up summary field. Go to the fields and relationship. Now you can click on a role. You can click on a new button. Now you have an option here, roll-up summary field. You have an option here, roll-up summary field. The roll-up summary field is basically, it is a display the sum of the child records or minimum or a maximum value. Whatever are some of the records, like one parent associated with how many child records. So let's go ahead and create it here. Roll-up summary field, click on a next. I'll say that candidate count, or let's say count. Click on the next button. Now here I wanted to know the candidates count. Or if you wanted to know the sum of which one? Current CTC or expected CTC or minimum of which one? Like a current CTC or a expected CTC, same thing, maximum of created date, current date. So basically I wanted to go for a count of the child records I wanted to create. So filter criteria is all records should be included in the calculation. If you want all the records should be included, just select the first criteria. If you want only the criteria should be met. Now, if you have any specific, now I wanted to check the candidate only from the Hyderabad, I wanted to check. So in that case, you can put the location equal to, so you can specify here location equal to Hyderabad. Only these related records I wanted to check in the each position. I wanted to check the count of Hyderabad location, the candidates count, which all are Hyderabad location, only those candidates I wanted to check. For now, I'm going with all the records. Click on a next button. Click on next button. So click on the next button and save. Now I have created the roll-up summary field on the parent object. Now go to the Salesforce developer here. In the Salesforce developer, you can see the candidates or count is 1 because only one record is associated. Only one record is associated. In case if you are associating the multiple records, multiple records to the same parent object. Now here it's a reparenting option is not available. So let's go ahead and change the reparenting. Click on a position. Click on edit. And let's say allow reparenting. Click on a allow reparenting. Click on a save button. Now go back to the candidate object, refresh. Now I wanted to reparent from the Salesforce fresher object to the Salesforce fresher record to the Salesforce developer. Now click on a save, done. Now if I go to the Salesforce developer, click on a detail section and let's click on a refresh. Now automatically my count is changed to the 2. Automatically my count is changed to the 2 because there are 2 records are associated with candidate. 2 records are associated with candidate. So the count is 2. So roll-up summary field, we can create it applicable or create it on the parent object. So once the master detail relationship is implemented, then on the parent object, I can create the roll-up summary field. That is another observation. That's another observation. And the next one is in the master detail relationship. Now in the master detail relationship, this we have already seen. The another observation is which we have already seen. If the standard object is child object, if the standard object is a child object, then we cannot implement the master detail relationship, which we have seen yesterday. If my child objects are standard objects, then I cannot implement the master detail relationship. Master detail relationship can be implemented only when I have a standard object as a parent. Only when I have a child object as a custom object and standard object as a could be a parent. Parent could be standard, parent could be a custom, right? But child has to be a custom. Child object has to be a custom. Then only we can go for the master detail relationship. If I have a child object as a parent object, I cannot implement the master detail relationship, right? This we have already seen. Now the use case which we have already implemented. So this is the use case which we have implemented. Now till this point, any questions? Till this point, any questions? No, indexed is, that is a just for the Salesforce to understand, that is unique. Indexed is nothing but a unique. So it is a unique bit. It is indexed is nothing but you cannot change it. You cannot change it. So that is the index, like a auto number, it is indexed. Master detail relationship, it is indexed. That means those are the unique, or it is kind of a indexed fields. Indexed fields. That is just for we have a different type of options. We have it here, controlling field, indexed fields, right? Indexed is nothing but it is just going to specify that it is indexed one. It is creating it by default. Whenever we create a field, by default, it gets updated automatically. All the master detail relationship, it says that indexed. Whenever you create a auto number, automatically it says that indexed. You do not have an option to say here indexed or not. That is auto decided by the Salesforce. Clear? Now, any other questions before I move on? Next one, we will see that differences between the lookup and master detail relationship. Lookup and master detail relationship. Now, the differences between the lookup and master detail relationship. Now, the first one is child records must have a parent. Every child record should associated with the parent. Every child record should associated with the parent record. Whereas in the lookup, it's not necessary. Whereas in the lookup, it's not necessary that every child record may not be associated with the parent record. Next one, master detail relationship. Master detail relationship is sharing setting and security setting of the child record is purely depends on the parent record. Sharing setting and security settings are purely depending on the parent record. Whereas in the lookup relationship, it's not mandatory. No impact on the security. If you implement the lookup relationship, you will not see any differences in the security. Security is basically whatever the child record or a parent record is, it's the whoever is the owner of the child record, whoever is the owner of the parent record, whatever the access level that they have, that the same access will be applicable. Now, the next one is a roll-up summary field on the parent object. Roll-up summary field on the parent object. Whenever you implement a master detail relationship, we can implement the roll-up summary field on the parent object. Whereas in the lookup relationship, you cannot create the roll-up summary field on the parent object. Now, the last one is standard objects cannot be a child object. Standard object cannot be a child object. If you have a child object as a standard object, you cannot implement the master detail relationship. Lookup relationship is there is no restrictions, no restriction. Whether the child could be a standard, child could be a custom, you can implement the relationship, lookup relationship between the two objects. These are the different. Right. The other one, 40 lookup relationship and 2 in the master detail. So if you have to remember anybody in the interview, if they ask you the differences between the lookup and master, these are the 4 points. If you just remember it, that should be all good. Just remember these 4 points, that should be all good. Note down it. Let me know once it is done. Okay, offline. Okay, so let's move on. The next topic is, next one is a homework. Take a notes of homework. So configure the master detail relationship between the student and a department. If you do not have a department object, create a department. Like ECE department, AAA department, IT department, CSC department, or if you want a in organization like a support department, service department, marketing department, right? So you will have a different department, IT department. Configure the master detail relationship between the student and department object and list out all the observations. I see the observations, but I would suggest right now you will be having a clarity in the observations of the master detail relationship and lookup relationship. So I'm expecting little more in detail in the observation. I have seen a couple of homeworks where it is very high level. So I would like to see few more observations, whatever we have discussed in the class. So put it in detail. So configure the master detail relationship between the parent and account object. List out all the observations. So here, configure the master detail relationship between the patient and account object and list out all the observation. What you will do for the second one? Which one is the parent? Which one is the child? For the second one, position can be open in multiple companies. So which one is the parent? Which one is the child?
Account is parent.
Account is parent and patient is child.
Okay, so how you will implement it? So where you will create the master detail relationship?
Patient.
If the standard object is parent.
Right. So you will be able to implement it, right? Now the questions, how to do the reparent master detail relationship lookup field on the child record. How to reparent the master detail lookup field on the child object.
Select
Checkbox.
Allowing reparenting option.
Allow
Checkbox.
We
reparent,
While
enable
creating.
the option.
right. So the checkbox name is allow reparenting checkbox. Where you can see that checkbox
while creating the data type.
While creating it,
while creating the record or while
editing the
editing
record.
field, while editing the field or while creating the field. How many master detail relationship can be created per object?
So,
Two.
Two.
Differences between the lookup relationship and master detail relationship.
Parent is mandatory in master.
and parent is the optional
Parent
in
is
look.
optional in lookup.
Mhm.
And
And,
sharing
child
security
object
secret of the
depends
child
on the
record.
parent in master.
Mhm.
No impact on security in the lookup.
Okay.
Roll-up summary fields on parent object.
We
Okay.
cannot
Roll-up summary cannot be
use
filled,
roll-up
established.
cannot be
in
established.
Okay.
lookup.
Standard object cannot be
dependent on parent.
No restriction in lookup.
Perfect. Okay. So let's move on. Now, next one is converting the Okay, next question is, can I implement a master detail relationship between the below two objects? Account is a parent and branch is a child. Can I implement the master detail relationship?
Yes.
If it is a vice versa, branch is a parent, account is a child.
No.
No.
Okay. So let's move on. The next topic is convert the lookup to the master detail relationship. Convert the lookup to the master detail relationship, which we have already seen, right? So on the candidate object, I created the position object as a lookup, then I converted as a master detail relationship, right? Which we have already seen. So lookup relationship data type and master detail relationship. So these two are actually a data types. These two are actually a data types. So whenever I wanted to convert one data type to another data type, like in this case, converting the lookup relationship data type to the master detail relationship, we are changing the data type of the field from lookup to the master detail relationship. We are changing the data type from the lookup relationship to the master detail relationship. So for that navigation prerequisites, what is required is while converting the association from the lookup to the master detail, we have to make sure that each child record should be associated to the parent record. That's what we have done as a practical. Now navigation steps for this is click on the child object in the object manager and go to the specific fields and relationship and click on the edit field on that particular field, and then click on the change field data type, change field type button. When you click on a change field type button, you will see only two data types there. One is a lookup relationship, second one is a master detail relationship. Right now we are changing it from the lookup to master. So select the data type master detail relationship and click on the next button and then save button. So this is what we have done it so far. Now similarly, if we have to convert master detail to the lookup, if I have to convert master detail to the lookup. So converting the master detail to the lookup is a straightforward, right? So directly we can change the data type from the relationship master detail to the lookup. This you can do it directly, but let's assume that if I have a roll up summary field already present on the parent object, right? Roll up summary. This is the master detail relationship. On the master detail, the parent object, I have created the roll up summary field. Now, if I try to change in the child object from the master to lookup, what will happen? Let's go ahead and see that. Now, this is a master detail relationship here. Right click on edit. Now I wanted to change. This is a master detail relationship, right? So now I wanted to change the cancel. Click on fields and relationship. Let's go to the position. Now, am I able to see the change data, change field type? I'm not able to see the change type. I'm not able to see the change field type. Now, if I go here, let me open any other. Let me open the something called as an email. So when I open the email and click on a edit button, I can see the button called change field type. Change field type. Now here, if I click on a master detail relationship, if I click on a master detail relationship, if I click on a edit, now can I see the change field type? I cannot see the change field type. Why? So let's go ahead and do one thing. So here in the parent object, I have a roll up summary field. So what I'll do is I'll delete that roll up summary field. I'll delete the roll up summary field. Now click on delete. I'm deleting the roll up summary field. Now I do not have a roll up summary field. I'll just make sure that it is deleted completely, so that for that I'm going to convert this to the classic. In the classic, click on a setup. And here it is, let's go for an object. Click on the object. In the objects, click on the candidates. Not on the candidates, it has to be on the position. Roll up summary is on the position. Click on the position. In the position, delete a field. Count is deleted. I'll completely erase it. Yes, I wanted to delete it permanently. Click on delete it. Now let's switch to the lightning. Now let me go back to the candidate. Now let me refresh. Now I can see change field type. Now I can see change field type. This is the interview question. Interview question, they will say that there is two objects. There are two objects. In these two objects, the relationship between these two objects is master detail relationship. Master detail relationship. Now on the parent object, we have created a roll up summary field. Parent object, I have a roll up summary field. Roll up summary field, which is displaying the details properly, Now, if I wanted to convert, master detail to the lookup, what are the steps will I follow to convert it? If I wanted to convert master detail to the lookup, how I can convert it? Most of the members who does not have experience, most of the members directly say that you can go to the field, master detail field, and click on the edit option, then you can change the master detail to the lookup. But you will not be able to do that. For that, you need to delete the roll up summary field, then only you can see the change field type on the master detail field. Then you can click on the change field type. Now I can change the master to the lookup. Now I can change it's not a straightforward. Do not say that simply I can change by clicking on the change field type. Do not say that. Okay. So that is converting the master detail to the lookup. Now homework. Converting the lookup relationship between the student to object to the master detail. So before I gave one assignment, where you need to implement the lookup relationship between the student and books. Now convert that student books to the master detail relationship. See, put a screenshots. Few members are putting the screenshots. I could see Vasavi and Rohit are putting the screenshots. Screenshot, along with the screenshot, highlight the part, right? So highlight the part, what is you want me to see in the screen, right? So there are few screens which you guys have, few members have kept it in the documentation, but it is not highlighted in that screenshot. What is exactly that I need to look for it? So just highlight it with the some kind of this arrow mark so that I can see that what is exactly that I wanted to look for it. Right. So in the assignment, just highlight what you want me to see. So convert the lookup relationship between the student to books from to the relationship. Now convert the lookup relationship between the project and team members object to the master detail relationship. Convert the lookup relationship project to team member to the between the, what I had already given the relationship to implement lookup relationship between these two objects, project and team member, that convert it as a master detail relationship. Convert it as a master detail relationship. Right? So that's all. Tomorrow we will see the many-to-many relationship. But today that is the one, and I'll give you the trial head links.
Ma'am, can you display last homework, that master detail relationship homework?
Yeah. So let me put the trial head links.